everyone. So I uploaded a video earlier, saying I would upload a video right afterwards. So yeah, this is the video afterwards, but it's not right afterwards because I tried to upload afterwards. The thing just turned on. Okay. Anyway, I'm about to play a game. So yeah, it's not right afterwards because my dad called right in the middle of filming the video. So yeah, and then I had to answer because he gets mad if I don't answer. So I answered. That just freaked me out. There was a bunch of just like noises coming from somewhere, and I was just like, what is it? Then I realized it was the computer. I muted it to make sure, so. Anyway, yeah. Now it's time for the video. So anyway, a lot of creepy things happened, like it started in 2nd grade when I was just like, yeah, I believe in ghosts, but I've never seen one. And so, yeah, apparently, so I walked out, when I was in 2nd grade, I walked out from the kitchen after eating breakfast, and I decided, yeah, let's go walk out into the living room so we can continue getting ready for school. And so, I just like walked out, and there was this one figure standing there, just like completely opaque, just standing there with, she had khakis and a polo shirt on. She was old, I could tell that, and I ran to go tell my mom about it. Like, that was weird, what was that? And she said, oh, it's your grandma. And I'm just like, yeah, that's totally normal. I mean, I see my grandma all the time, sure. I mean, you say that so nonchalantly. And so, yeah, apparently it did turn out to be her. At least that's what my mom says. And so anyway, later on, I lucid dream a lot, so I get deja vu a lot. Like, this one time I had this dream where I was at a white barn, and I got chased around the barn by a psycho killer. Now, the psycho killer part didn't happen, but I did find the barn. So in 5th grade, I moved to the new place, and I decided to go adventuring, because, adventure. And I walked out the back door, and I just kept walking back, and I found this white barn. Now, it looked like extremely close to that, because inside my dream I was like walking along the neighborhood and found the white barn. Now, the surroundings were the exact same as the dream, because I remember my dreams pretty well. And so it's just like, I'm normally well in this case for some reason. But anyway, so I was just like, yeah, I don't want to stick around here because there was a psycho killer in my dream. So, yeah, I immediately turned and ran. Another time something weird happened was when I was in that same house and it was night and I was on my computer sitting in my bed. Some of my earlier videos you will see me sitting on the bed recording a video, or my other channel too. So anyway, I started hearing just tapping on the window and I was like, okay, that is annoying. So I looked at the window, but there was like nothing there. And then so I was just like, okay, it was the wind or a tree. And so I went back to my computer. So then I heard the tapping again a couple minutes later. And I was like, this is annoying. Is the neighbor playing a practical joke on me? Because the neighbor is known for looking in windows. So I just like kept looking at the window. And I'm just like, okay, this is just annoying. I'm just going to catch whoever it is knocking on the window. So I just like kept looking at the window. And then I saw this one, like, stick figure hand thing that was super weird, just, like, knocking on the window. I had, like, 3 fingers, like, yeah, and tapped on the window, and I'm like, this is creepy. And so I ran downstairs to go get my parents, and they came upstairs. The tapping didn't happen again. So they were just like, it's probably overactive imagination. So they went back downstairs, and I continued playing my game, and I was like, yeah, stupid imagination, making window hands on this, probably just the tree. So I continued playing my game, and I heard the tapping again. Now, I was just like, okay. And then I just, like, called them up, and they're just like, just ignore it and go to bed. And I'm just like, I'm not going to bed. Needless to say, I slept downstairs that night, and I was just, like, all creeped out in my room afterwards. I looked the next day, and there was, like, the nearest tree was really far away. Like, the nearest tree was close. Like, maybe if you would run, it would take you, like, 5 seconds to get there. But, it's just, like, really far away, and the branches were up really high, so none of them could have tapped the window, at least with the short stick things I saw, and it happened in the exact same pattern every time. Another time, in the same house, this video uploaded on my last channel. This is creeping me out. I just need to mute this. I swear, I didn't know my thing was turned up that loudly. It just got like, I was like, oh my gosh. So anyway, yeah, it's uploaded on my last channel. I'm not gonna say it because I don't like that channel and I'm embarrassed of that channel. So, yeah. So anyway, there was like this intruder, and this is what got me paranoid, so now I'm paranoid to stay home alone, and I'm constantly thinking of ways to escape places when there is an intruder. So anyway, it was like 6:40 something in the morning, and I was getting ready for school, but by that I mean recording a YouTube video, because I was home alone, and it was like, sweet, I can talk as loud as I want to. So, yeah. I was all dressed and stuff and ready to go, but my shoes were out in the living room, and so was my book bag and my coat, and it was snowing, and I didn't have any socks on, or socks near me. So I was just doing that, and I just kept rambling and stuff like that, and I just heard footsteps and voices, and I was like, okay, this is creepy, and I just like kept talking and shook it off a bit, and I just kept hearing it, and I'm just like, okay, so I just started rambling to the computer, like, if I die, you'll know how I died. So yeah, that video is still up there. I wish I would have privated it. Like, why did I upload that? So anyway, yeah. Then I was just in there for a bit, like, even after I stopped the video, I just continued to just, like, sit there, and I looked at I even went as far as to look at my dog's eyes, because, you know, I had this one nightmare a couple of days before, which I explained in the video, about where, Sammy, the Pomeranian, goes and attacks everyone, and he has black eyes. So, yeah, that was a bit weird. So, yeah. Anyway, I continued, and I just, like, kept going, and I was just like, well, there's no way I can get out, because it is dark, and the doors are probably all locked, and I don't want to not be able to get back in. I cannot climb out my window, but I'm too scared to jump out my window. There's a hill at the bottom of my window. There's snow on the ground. I do not have socks or shoes on. My coat is not out here, and I don't have my book bag. So I was just like, okay, what do I do? So I just, like, stood there and just in my room with my dogs, just, like, for, like, half an hour, and I was just like, okay, it's almost time for school. I'm not going to miss the bus, because I was home alone and I would not get to school that day. So I was just like, okay, let's go. And I went out to the living room once I was sure that the noises had stopped. Getting a weird vibe from the basement, though, because basements always have weird vibes, especially now that I live in one. So anyway, I walked out there real quickly, gathered all my stuff, and just walked out of the house. Now, I had to unlock the front door. Every window and other door was locked. Nothing was taken. Even the laptop that was set on the dining room table, which I know if there's an intruder, they would have seen, because I heard the sounds in the dining room, because it was right outside my room. So I was just like, well then, this is very creepy, and I just ran down to the bus stop, and I almost missed the bus. But that happened to me a lot. Back then, I don't know why, I was just like, because my house was 2 streets away from the bus stop, so I always used to be like, okay, I can wait a couple more minutes, and then I would just be like, hear this bus, and I'm like, oh crap. And I'd have to just, like, take off running the 2 streets, and I'd see it pass the stop sign in front of me. I'm like, oh no! And I just kept running, and then I'd be out of breath, and then my friends would just start laughing at me, like, you almost missed the bus. You have never missed the bus, although you have done that millions of times. So, yeah. Anyway, those are my weird experiences. I have a couple more, but it's like 9 minutes into this. If you have any weird experiences, just put them down below. I might start a weird experience series where I accept stories or look up stories or urban legends and just say it. And just, like, talk about it and stuff like that. It would be like one of those top 5 people who gather up a bunch of things and be like, top 5 scariest, top 26 bored things, life hacks, stuff like that. So I might actually start a mini web series of doing that. So anyway, until then, goodbye.